Picture this: a being so powerful, so insanely powerful, that he needs cosmic heralds to go out and hunt down entire planets like he's picking from a dinner menu. That's Galactus, the devourer of worlds. But today's spotlight isn't on him. It's on the ones who carry the burden and the power of being his messengers of destruction. And trust me, there's a bunch of them. Over the decades, a lot of Marvel characters have taken the job of Galactus's herald. Some willingly, others not so much, but all with one goal: to feed their master's endless hunger. But right here, we're counting down the 10 most powerful heralds to ever serve the cosmic giant. You'll see classic names, absolute powerhouses, and even a few wildcards you might not expect. So buckle up, because this ride's going to take you from the edges of the galaxy to some of the most epic showdowns in comic book history. And hey, drop a comment. Which herald do you think deserves the top spot? Is the Silver Surfer still king? Or did someone else steal the show? Let's dive into this cosmic ranking. Number 10, the Fallen One. Kicking off the list with a name that already sounds heavy, the Fallen One. This guy was Galactus's very first herald, way before the Silver Surfer ever thought about cruising through the stars. But unlike most of the others, the Fallen One wasn't driven by any sense of nobility or compassion. He was pure cosmic rebellion. Instead of using the usual power cosmic, Galactus created this herald with dark energy. And yeah, that went about as well as you'd expect. The result? A volatile, destructive, totally unhinged being. He was so out of control that even Galactus had to banish him. That's right, the Devourer of Worlds basically fired his own creation. The Fallen One then roamed the universe for ages, until he was captured by none other than Thanos. And if the Mad Titan thought he could keep this monster on a leash? Yeah, that didn't end well. The Fallen One broke free and went right back to wreaking havoc. Now, he hasn't had as much spotlight in the comics compared to some of the other heralds, but make no mistake, this dude is dangerous. He's gone toe-to-toe with the Silver Surfer and Galactus himself. That alone says everything you need to know about his power level. He's dark, mysterious, almost like a forgotten legend, but absolutely deserves to open up our list. Number 9, the Airwalker. Coming in at number 9, we've got a herald who didn't start out as a destroyer, but as a brave, idealistic hero, Gabriel Land, better known as the Airwalker. Before becoming a herald, Gabriel was a captain in the Nova Corps, a guy so committed to duty and justice that he caught the attention of Galactus himself. When he was chosen, Gabriel accepted the role willingly, believing he could use the power cosmic to save lives, not just wipe them out. Once transformed, he got all the usual upgrades: insane flight speed, super strength, and devastating energy blasts. But his story takes a dark turn. During one of his missions, he's ambushed by hostile forces and killed in action. But it doesn't end there. Galactus, still attached to his favorite herald, decides to rebuild Gabriel as an android. The problem? This new version didn't have the soul, the spark, or the heart of the original. The Airwalker became cold, distant, almost like a cosmic zombie. Even so, the android version kept doing the job and eventually crossed paths with none other than the Silver Surfer. And get this, the Surfer felt so bad for what Gabriel had become, he actually offered to return as Galactus's herald in his place. Airwalker might not be the strongest on this list, but he's definitely one of the most tragic. A hero who failed trying to do the right thing and came back without a heart. Number 8, Firelord. At number 8, we've got the herald who looks like he walked straight out of a supernova. Firelord. And yeah, the name pretty much says it all. This guy's all about fiery, explosive power with a visual that's straight up mind-blowing. Before becoming a herald, Pirius Krill was an officer in the Nova Corps and a close friend of Gabriel Land, who we just talked about. After Gabriel's death, Pirius went on a wild quest to find answers and ended up face to face with Galactus. And guess what? Instead of getting vaporized, he actually impressed the Devourer of Worlds, enough to be chosen as the next herald. With the power cosmic flowing through his flaming staff, Firelord can fly at interstellar speeds, shoot off insane energy blasts, and control fire on a planetary scale. Imagine the Human Torch, but upgraded to cosmic levels. But unlike some of the other heralds, Firelord didn't stick around for long. Galactus let him go after he fulfilled one condition: find a replacement. Spoiler alert, that replacement's also on this list. We'll get to him soon. Even with his short time in the role, Firelord made a serious impact. He's gone toe-to-toe with heavy hitters like Thor and Hercules, and even joined forces with the Avengers in some pretty epic showdowns. With his iconic look, explosive powers, and strong moral compass, Firelord might seem like a total hothead, but he's one of the most respected heralds to ever serve Galactus. Number 7. Nova Frankie Raye. In 7th place, we've got one of the most emotional and human heralds on this list, Frankie Raye, better known as Nova. And trust me, her story is one of the most touching among all of Galactus' servants. Frankie started out on Earth as a reporter, and yeah, also a love interest of the Human Torch. But over time, she discovered there was something much bigger inside her: hidden flame powers, the result of an experiment by her adoptive father, none other than Phineas Horton, the guy who created the original Human Torch. So when Galactus came back to Earth looking for a new herald, Frankie volunteered. That's right, she willingly gave up her life on the blue planet to become a world seeker for the Devourer. And unlike most others, she truly believed she could use that power to save as many lives as possible before a planet had to go. With the power cosmic boosting her abilities, Nova gained full control over cosmic fire, interstellar flight, insane durability, and a level of courage that was next level. She was a total force of nature when it came to protecting the innocent, even while working for Galactus. Sadly, her journey ended in tragedy. She was killed by Morg, the most brutal herald of them all. But Frankie's bravery, compassion, and selflessness made her a fan favorite to this day. A flame that burned bright and faded too soon, but definitely earned her spot on this list. But before we dive into the really heavy hitters on this list, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Cause around here, the content hits harder than a herald supercharged with the power cosmic. Number 6. Terrax, the Tamer. Alright, now things are really starting to heat up. At number 6, we've got Terrax the Tamer, the herald who took the word destruction to a whole new level. If the ones before him had any honor or compassion, yeah, not this guy. Terrax is what happens when Galactus hands over the power cosmic to a straight-up tyrant. Before serving the Devourer of Worlds, Tyros was already a ruthless despot on the planet Bierge, using his control over the earth and stone to dominate his people. Galactus saw his raw potential and turned him into Terrax, cranking up his powers with the power cosmic. Now he could control rocks, tectonic plates, basically entire landscapes, on a planetary scale. The result? One of the most feared and violent heralds of all time. And here's a direct connection to an earlier pick. Terrax was Firelord's replacement. That's right, when Firelord asked to be released, Galactus agreed, but only if he found someone to take his place. Guess who he brought in? Tyros, who quickly became the most brutal of all the cosmic messengers. Terrax didn't negotiate. He crushed worlds with brute force, terrorized civilizations, and loved the chaos he caused. Unlike Silver Surfer or Nova, he wasn't trying to save anyone. He enjoyed his job. And worse, he actually thought he could rebel against Galactus himself. Spoiler, that didn't end well. Even with all his power, Terrax got punished and stripped of his title. Still, the legend of the Planet Tamer lived on. He's clashed with the Fantastic Four, the Silver Surfer, and tons of others in the comics. With his cosmic axe and the rage of 1,000 earthquakes, Terrax is proof that not every herald wants redemption. Some just want to watch the world break. Number 5. Stardust. We've hit the halfway point of the list. And now, things take a very weird turn, because in 5th place, we've got Stardust. Easily the most alien and unhinged herald Galactus has ever had. Unlike the others, Stardust doesn't have a typical physical form. They, gender's fluid here, are a being of pure cosmic energy, part of the ethereals. A race made of living particles, basically a floating consciousness. When Galactus chose Stardust as a herald, he got someone crazy loyal, like fanatically loyal, willing to do anything for their master. And we're not exaggerating. Stardust has wiped out entire civilizations just for fun, after already handing the planet over to be devoured. Their powers are on another level. Wild energy manipulation, black hole creation, intergalactic flight, instant regeneration, the works. Oh, and they've gone toe-to-toe with Beta Ray Bill and gave him a serious run for his money. And here's something extra creepy. Stardust had this habit of capturing the souls of the beings from the planets Galactus consumed and storing them in a pocket dimension without even telling Galactus. So yeah, not just destroying worlds, but collecting souls on the side. Stardust is the kind of herald that shows just how dark, eccentric, and totally unpredictable cosmic power can get. No morals, no mercy. Just raw, terrifying power. And that's exactly why they deserve a spot in the top 5. Number 4. Redshift. If you thought the heralds so far were intense, hold on tight. Because in 4th place, we've got one of the slickest and most dangerous of them all. Redshift? And yeah, the name kinda gives it away. This guy comes in fast and with a serious hunger for destruction. Redshift is one of Galactus's most mysterious heralds. His original identity? Never revealed in the comics, which only adds to the myth and mystery around him. All we know is that Galactus transformed him into a full-on cosmic warrior, and the result was brutal. Armed with 2 cosmic energy swords, Redshift isn't just raw power, he's speed, precision, and pure chaos. He can open dimensional rifts, slicing through space itself to teleport or straight up throw enemies into other galaxies, or into oblivion. And make no mistake, this guy has zero hesitation. Redshift fully believes Galactus should feed without limits. He's delivered populated planets without blinking and fought anyone who dared to question it. In fact, he clashed with the Silver Surfer in one of the wildest battles ever and nearly came out on top. But even Galactus started getting fed up with Redshift's recklessness. He wasn't just impulsive. He tried to force Galactus to consume planets faster than intended, which started causing serious cosmic imbalance. In the end, his own arrogance brought him down. But the chaos he caused while he was around? More than enough to earn him a spot among the most powerful heralds in Marvel history. Number 3. Morg. Kicking off our top 3 with a straight-up cosmic monster. In 3rd place, we've got Morg, the herald, who wasn't just the most brutal, he was the most bloodthirsty Galactus ever had. If you thought Terex was violent, Morg is a whole different level. Before becoming a herald, Morg was already a ruthless executioner on his home planet, carrying out death sentences without a shred of remorse. And that cold, merciless attitude is exactly what caught Galactus's attention. This time, the Devourer wasn't looking for a noble messenger. He wanted someone who wouldn't hesitate to hand over living worlds to be consumed. With the power cosmic alone, Morg was already a tank. But then, he found a mystical river that boosted his powers even further, turning him into a walking engine of cosmic destruction. From that point on, he left a trail of devastation so intense, even other heralds were shaken. Want to know how intense? Morg killed Nova without blinking, and then went up against Silver Surfer, Firelord, Airwalker, and Terex, all at once, and gave every single one of them a serious fight. The dude was unstoppable. What really sets Morg apart, though, is the fear and respect he commanded. Galactus kept him around for a good while, even knowing he was totally unstable, because let's be honest, Morg got results. Eventually, he was taken down by one of Galactus's own weapons, but not before proving he could stand toe-to-toe with any other herald on this list. Cruel, powerful, insane, unforgettable. Morg wasn't just a herald, he was a full-on force of nature. Number 2. Thor. Yep, you heard that right. In 2nd place, we've got the God of Thunder himself, Thor Odinson, as one of the most powerful heralds Galactus has ever had. And if you're sitting there thinking, wait, when did that happen? Buckle up, because this is one of the wildest stories in modern Marvel. During the Death of Thor arc, Galactus shows up in front of Thor asking for help against an even bigger threat, the Black Winter, an ancient cosmic force that represents the true death of the universe. So what's Galactus' solution? He turns Thor into his new herald. That's right, Odin's son gets blasted with the power cosmic and ends up rocking not just Mjolnir, but a full-on cosmic armor that made every fan lose their minds. In this form, Thor became a hybrid being, powered by both Asgardian energy and the power cosmic. And his feats? Insane. He was wiping out cosmic threats in seconds, went head-to-head with the Black Winter, and here's the kicker. He killed Galactus himself after realizing the Devourer had lied about his true intentions. As a herald, Thor wasn't just about raw power. He brought cosmic-level responsibility too. He didn't just follow orders. He questioned, he fought back, and he chose his own path, even if that meant turning against Galactus. This version of Thor left a huge mark on Marvel Comics and officially made him a cosmic legend. If he's not number one on this list, it's only because the guy in that spot basically invented the role. Number 1. Silver Surfer. It couldn't be anyone else. At the very top of this ranking stands the legendary, the iconic, the timeless Silver Surfer, also known as Norrin Radd. He's not just the most famous herald. He's by far the most complete, complex, and powerful of them all. And his origin? Straight up chills. Norrin was a peaceful scientist from the planet Zen-La who volunteered to become Galactus's herald in order to save his people from being destroyed. A pure act of self-sacrifice that turned him into one of Marvel's most tragic and deeply layered characters. Once he was given the power cosmic, Norrin became godlike, able to manipulate energy on a massive scale, fly at the speed of light, heal wounds, survive in the vacuum of space, and take on cosmic-level threats that would leave most heroes shaking. But it's not just his power that puts him at number 1, it's his moral journey. He started out following Galactus blindly, but over time, his conscience woke up. He broke free, turned against his master, and began protecting the very people he used to lead to destruction. Since then, he's become a lone guardian of the cosmos, going up against the likes of Thanos and Mephisto, traveling across galaxies, dimensions, and even philosophies. In some stories, he saves the entire universe. In others, he saves humanity from losing its soul. The Silver Surfer is more than a herald. He's a symbol of redemption, power, and deep reflection, respected by gods, mortals, and even villains alike across decades of Marvel history. He's not just the most powerful herald, he's the most legendary. Period. And if you're into this deep dive into Marvel's cosmic side, you can't miss the video we dropped all about the full history of the Fantastic Four, the heroes who faced off against Galactus the most, and sometimes even helped him. The link's in the description, and the video's popping up on your screen right now. Click it and check it out. It's a must-watch. We'll see you in the next trip across the multiverse of pop culture. Until then, may the power cosmic be with you.